just going over the deck list real quick. This is JPA's version of blue-red, I guess, Delverless Delver is how I would call it nowadays, because there are literally no Delvers in his list. Makes you weaker versus cards like Rest in Peace, but, you know, that's kind of just, you know, you just accept it. Oh, Mismatch Wall Breachers? Yeah, I don't know. Card Hoarder was out of one of the arts, so I had to just get mismatched ones. It was kind of weird. So yeah, the notable things about this list, there are no Delvers, there are 4 Spell Pierce in the main deck, and 2 Gut Shots. No Mishra's Bauble, no Pyroblast, no Unholy Heat. Kind of just like keeping it simple. Whether or not that's something you want to do is a different question, I suppose, but that's what JPA has chosen to do. Pretty targeted sideboard. He had 3 Surgicals. I changed one to a Grafdigger's Cage because I kind of think Cage is... Unless if you're targeting specifically Reanimator with all 3 Surgicals, I think the first Cage is nice to have versus like Green Sun Zenith and stuff like that. You know. End of Festivity is one of the best. Like, it replaces Blazing Volley now. Kind of nice not having checklist cards maybe. Yeah, it's not a big deal, I think. 4 Power Blasts, a Meltdown, a Crocus, 2 Wall Breachers, and 2 Submerge. We're really keeping it clean here. Keeping it simple. So yeah, that's Izzet Delver. Going to upload it to Cardboard Live, play a match. And yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Yesterday I was just not really feeling it. I don't know, I was in like kind of a bad mood, I guess. So make it a policy not to stream when I'm in a bad mood. Or Pierce's Pog? I mean, it's something, I guess. Not sure what it is. Is the Pauper panel later? Maybe I'll tune in for that when it starts. Maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of awkward, I guess. Half an hour from now? Let's see. Okay. Yeah, maybe... We'll see what happens. Also, my power's been going off and on, so kind of just hoping I have no issues, but if it goes out, y'all will know why. There's just been like a lot of grid issues. So, no, that's how it is. Not going to worry too much about it. Alright, let's get the deck list up. Yeah, that Wicked Snowstorm, which was like just rain. No, my power grid's been messed up. Alright. Decklist should be updated. And fair prediction for the first mat. But yeah, we'll join a Legacy League too with this deck and just, you know, get some games in. I think there's like... There's actually a reasonable chance the prelim doesn't fire, I believe. So, you know. Anyway, thanks for everyone being here. Feeling a little bit better today. And if you want to support the stream, you know how to. Hit that follow button. That's how to. That's free. And also check for those Bezo bucks. Check for that Twitch Prime sub. Oh, we got a match already. Let's see. This is a keep. Sounds really good. Any Pauper aficionados in the chat? What are people hoping for? For Xanax. Just gonna pay with the floating blue. That's why I didn't play anything into it. You basically eat the trigger this way, and kind of works out for the best. Fix Monarch and Infinity and do unbans. So, what is your proposal to fix those, I suppose? I don't really have any skin in the game. Like, I'm kind of ambivalent. Unbanned days. Well, I have literally no opinions on the format, so... And I just hope they don't have Entomb Reanimate behind, I guess, but... Decide to errata monkey to be a common, so all formats can suffer. That seems not very likely, personally, but... Those, each their own. Okay, sure. So you probably should take Lightning Bolt here. This is fine. I mean, it's not my favorite, but this is fine. Preliminary will be in an hour if it fires. We're just practicing first. Don't really want to trade. I don't see a reason to right now. It seems pretty poor to do that. Definitely can put a fetch back. I'm wondering how good Wasteland is. Seems pretty good, actually. I mean, I could just put these two back. Fetch and play Murktide with Daze back up and hope that's good enough. But I kind of think... Actually, I think wasting them is better. I hope I put Iteration on top. If I didn't, that was a mistake. But I think I might just redraw the Iteration. Yeah, it's game one. I'll probably just... I guess it depends on what they do this turn, but... Okay, well, I can very easily beat that. Like, that... Chancellor is kind of a joke now, honestly. Oh, I could have also dazed it. Whoops. I'm not paying attention. I should have dazed it. That's fine. I mean, Super Disguised Daze AK doesn't do anything, yeah. But I should have dazed it. It's just like 3 real estate. So, like, I kind of think they can't win, really, because they only have one card. Yeah, no problem, Jasper. I'm happy to answer questions. Also happy that anyone's coming... Or, I'm sorry, I'm happy that people are coming to the stream today, I suppose. After I took yesterday off. seems unlikely my Ragman's ever gonna do anything this game, so I should just trade it off. And not take 2 damage for no reason. I mean, they can reanimate Grief again, that's fine. I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, like, they're at 4 now. The joke was really bad. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna acknowledge it besides that. How did the Mono Blue Wheels deck do? Not great. I went 3-2, then I played the other week out and it went 2-3. Like, it's not great, I think. But, you know, is what it is. I don't really like Gut Shot. And, this is, like, okay, but not great. Crocus is good. I think I'm gonna side out Lightning Bolt. If they have Magus of the Moon, so be it, but... I did not try it. But that, I think it looks interesting, but I don't think it's fantastic. I think it looks okay, exactly. It's really black-white splashing blue. It reminds me very much of a modern power level deck, is how I would put it. To be fair, Gozak, if you want to see it played here, there is donation stuff if you want to join the Discord and talk about it. I'm always down for people to join the Discord and talk about Magic. I like talking about Magic, that's why I'm here, I suppose. Yeah, this is a keep. Obviously, like, it can go awry, but, like, you have the counter Magic, you have a Grafdigger's Cage. So, like, you can't really mulligan, I think. I mean, obviously, if you get turn 1, you get turn 1. Yo, Chantel, how you been? I've been fine. Gozak, if you survive to turn 1 or 2, this hand's obviously fantastic for Reanimator. Just, like, not particularly close, I think. Sure. Chantel, it feels like I haven't seen you in literal years. But that's probably... it probably has been literal years, actually. Nice. The old meetings give you time for Magic streams. Love it. Right. I'm gonna just cast Brainstorm then Ponder, just to fix my hand. Possible I shouldn't have played the fetch first, but I don't think I'm wasting there most of the time anyways. I think I'm just going to put back, you know, Brainstorm Ponder, but just say go, and just fetch at their end step. Could also put back the Steam Vents, but I think it's actually kind of important to draw another colored source. So this could get shenanigans, hypothetically. So I think I am just going to Spell Pierce because of shenanigans. It's literally because of shenanigans. There's not a other reason to counter that. But that's really good, too. Now we just systematically take away their ability to play the game. I guess I look for another days as well. Should have pondered first. Oh, that's probably good enough on average. One-landers with miracles? I mean, you keep a lot of one-landers with miracles, so I don't know. Gauge is symmetrical, by the way, so even if I hit a reanimate and target their thing, it still doesn't work. Lotus Petal is a good card for me, though. Lotus Petal plus Treasure, side by side. Living in Harmony. Force and bottom waist, FL Ponder, cast Ponder. I guess I cast off the Treasure, but it doesn't really matter. Right, well, it's really good. So now they're, like, actually dead. Petal is probably the best card I could have hit, because it's like a land, except I can actually use it. I should leave one type of each card in graveyard, if possible. So I have a bunch of instants, so I'll just exile all my instants. Yeah, they're pretty dead. I have Force Days, like... Well, when I said GG's, I'm not sure that they were actually very good for them, but we'll take a win. A dub's a dub. That was a fast match. Guess I'll pay it out for that. Think I might just chill and wait for the Pauper thing to fire. The Pauper... whatchamacallit? The Pauper panel to fire. We could, like, watch it and see what they say. But I will definitely play more with this deck in a bit, so don't worry about that. Yeah, I agree with you, Ultimate Price. Most of the time, when you play against Reanimator in Game 1, it's not good for the person who's not playing Reanimator. Obviously, my hand was pretty good, and they, like, went to 6, and I countered their looting. Am I testing for the showcase? Maybe. I don't know, like... I'm just playing Magic right now. So, I will start a prediction for the first round of the prelim. And I'll let it ride for a while, so people can bet for a while. But let's talk Pauper for now. And what do people expect to happen, I guess, is the question. Whoever plays Pauper. For panel. And there's gonna Legacy. But yeah, I will play more with the blue-red deck after this, so don't worry. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry your little heads off. So it's my impression that Pauper is dominated by a few decks. I guess we can take a look. Affinity is a large portion of the meta. Yeah, there's a lot of cards banned in Pauper. Like Cranial Plating, Grape Shot. There's actually a long list. Like, despite a lot of Affinity cards being banned, it's still, like, one of the most played decks and keeps winning a lot. Which is kind of funny to think about, obviously, but... This deck looks so different than I remember it being from, like, 3 to 5 years ago or whatever. Like, it's really just, like, a Disciple ATOG deck by this point. You can tell, like, it has Deadly Dispute, it has, like, Makeshift Munitions, has the ATOGs. So, we'll see what happens. I also think, though, like, generally speaking, I think the Monarch mechanic is really not that enjoyable in a lot of games, so I obviously don't play the format enough, but I personally don't enjoy the Monarch mechanic very much. think it's just like not very good in a 1v1 standpoint to have it, but you know, that's just me. Parapet is a weird card. There's probably some reason that plays this card. I guess like opposing Electrickeries, the reason to play Parapet. A weird card to look at. Yeah, 51. Well, that's in paper, I think. That I mean, like that's why it's called Pauper, right? I think on MTGO the deck is actually a lot more expensive. No, it's not. Wow, these decks really are cheap. Just clicking. I remember this one's more expensive because of Bonder's Ornament on MTGO, which is like 18 tickets or 19 tickets. I guess we'll just look at Pauper Challenge. Mono blue fairies. How much is this deck? $83 arrow, 50. It should be in 6 minutes. The prelim starts at 6, but we'll see if it fires. I kind of suspect it won't. There's only 2 people, but if it does, great. If it doesn't, then I'll just finish off the league. Well, thanks for being here. Half the cost in fairies is Snap. Yeah, Snap is from Urza Block. Alright, I'm actually gonna take a quick water/restroom break. I'll be right back. And we'll watch the Pauper discussion when I come back. So stop the music. Be right back in a few minutes, and hopefully it comes up straight at 5:30. And thanks for everyone being here. All right. Hello, I'm back. Let's see what we got. Weekly MTG starting soon. Okay. Promise you there will be Legacy after this. I am 1-0 in a league with classic, classic blue-red Delver. The deck list is on the deck list extension, exclamation point deck list. Let's see. Okay. I actually need to put this on now. Okay. Oh. Probably have to turn up the audio in a bit too when it actually starts. But yeah, we're just waiting for the prelim. We're just Bing chilling. Only 3 people in it right now, so I don't know. I don't know if he'll fire or not, but we'll get to that bridge when we cross it. How are other people doing today? Anything else exciting happening in the world of Magic that I'm unaware of? Someone posted the pauper ban list currently. It has Arkham's Astrolabe, Chatter, Storm, Cloud of Fairies, Cloud Post, Cranial Plating, Daze, Empty the Warrens, Expedition Math, Fall from Favor, Frantic Search, Gataxian Probe, Grape Shot, Gush, Invigorate, Mystic Sanctuary, Peregrine Drake, Sojourner's Companion, Temporal Fissure, Treasure Cruise, High Tide, Him to Torok, Sinkhole. So, quite a bit of Storm cards, obviously, a few Affinity cards, and just kind of some, like, generically powerful cards, I think, that enable archetypes a little bit too much. Fall from Favor being a 3-mana Monarch card, I think, kind of broke it, is how I would put to. They probably need to add on Galvanic Relay. I'm not sure. But
Hello and welcome to Weekly MTG, the only show coming to you, well, not so much inside the building today. Today we are streaming from home. I'm here with Gavin Verhey. He's also streaming from his home. We have a ton of stuff on today's show. The main attraction is, of course, the pauper bands that we are going to be unveiling today.
Hopper
But we
bans are
actually have a
confirmed.
ton of stuff to talk about. News. We have Pauper. We're going to reveal the Secret Layer Aquarius drop coming up. And then I'm going to crack some double feature packs because
Feature
we
pack.
have heard a lot
Yeesh.
of conversation about confusion around what
Uh,
is exactly in those packs. So we're just going to show you. We're just going to open some packs. I got a box right here. We'll do that at the end. But we are going to spend most of the show visiting with Gavin and talking Pauper. Welcome, Gavin.
Hey, so glad to be here. Hey, everybody. I see there's almost 2,000 people in the chat right now ready to hear all about Pauper. So excited to be able to talk with everyone about this. The PFP has been a lot of fun, and we've been hard at work over the past week and a half or so, and really excited to announce the BNR update today.
Yep. Now, before we get to that, I do have several news items that I want to go over, including a few things that are going to be new to people. The first one is an unfortunate bit of news. Unfortunate. I'm really trying not to joke with that, but it's just right there. So, due to some ongoing supply chain complications and challenges associated with COVID-19,
supply
we are
challenges, of course.
unfortunately pushing the release of Unfinity, which was set to release on April 1st. It's going to
Infinity.
be delayed
Sheesh.
until the second half of 2022. That is a significant delay. The delay is specific to Unfinity. Other sets around it are not affected at this time. And we will share more information in the coming months. For more details, of which there aren't a ton, you
Bry, I
can
don't
check
think
out
there are
Daily
any new
MTG
cards
in a
in
few
double
minutes
feature.
to see that.
Like, I think
But
literally that's
Unfinity
how it works.
delayed from April 1st to the
Acorn
second
stamps
half of
delayed,
the year,
yeah.
and we'll have more information about that as we get a little bit closer and know a little bit more about exactly
Just
what
gray
that
reprints,
release date
yeah.
will be.
That's what I thought.
Next up, as Gavin alluded to earlier in the month, we announced the Pauper format panel. So I wanted to put their names up on the screen just to introduce them. And hey, Gavin, that's you.
Gavin,
I like
that's
that my
you.
country is wizards. It's like,
Yeah.
which country are you from? The wizard country. Yeah, so this is the Pauper format panel. We announced it last week, And it's a group of 7 people, me from Wizards and 6 others from around the world who are all Pauper fans. And we are all talking about the format and
I
working
should have
on
said
making changes to the format
Yeah.
with the idea that we can both make them quicker than before, because we'll have a bunch of experts talking about it who know the format really, really well. And people who are, once again, really well versed in the format who get to work on it, and with a very wide variety of opinions. It's been really great chatting so far.
Yeah. Additional news items. So this weekend is the Alchemy Magic Arena qualifier weekend, so be sure to check that out. If you're interested in Kamigawa, specifically Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, take note that the debut is next week on the 27th. If you're interested in learning a little bit more or quizzing yourself a bit, Mark Rosewater's teaser is going to go up on Monday. So if you're a fan of the teasers and trying to guess what is coming, definitely check that out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of
Monday.
Alchemy either, personally.
Finally, before
but
we get to the Pauper BNR, I want to call out that we are highlighting the Pauper BNR announcement
Kamigawa is
today,
cool.
specifically because of the Pauper format panel's work. We wanted to spotlight them a little bit ago. Normally, Pauper is going to be part of our regular BNR announcements, and we are going to have one of those regular BNR announcements next Tuesday. So, for those of you who are asking questions like, what about this format? What about this format? Stay tuned for next Tuesday, where we will address many of those.
I see.
In the meantime, let's do that spotlight. Let's talk Pauper. So, Gavin, there are some Pauper bands. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, so, as we talked about a little bit ago, the Pauper format panel really got up and running last week, and we started investigating the format in earnest, using both people's experience, community notes, and also the Magic Online data as well. We were able to dig into a lot of information around leagues and challenges and kind of look at what was getting played there. And the first thing that was apparent to us by a long shot, and the community knows this as well, was Affinity was extremely powerful, extremely prevalent, and played a lot. In fact, Affinity was played twice as much as any other deck, actually over twice as much as any other deck. So quite the impact it's making on the format. It was at the point where cards like Dust to Dust were hitting main decks, where Ancient Grudge, Annul, all matters of hate cards, which Gorilla Shaman,
artifact specific cards, which are normally in sideboards. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And sometimes those are showing up in main decks. But regardless, there were a lot in the sideboards. And that was definitely one red flag for us is the win rate and prevalence. The second one was kind of the play pattern of the deck. It had the ability for a lot of very uninteractive kills. If you get a start with Disciple of the Vault and ATOG or ATOG and Fling, you can end the game in the first few turns. You can set up for a really, really quick kill, which is extraordinarily powerful. And so we decided to make a change to the deck. And
that change is?
Yes, so we're going to ban
ATOG is banned.
I know this is a beloved card. A lot of people really have enjoyed this card since it showed up in Antiquities. Mr. Teeth right here. But it is time for ATOG to go. And we know it's beloved. So we did a lot of investigation in the format to see what else we could touch. And I kind of want to walk through our reasoning. And there'll be an article up talking about this soon. And I'll have a video up about it in the next 15 minutes or so.
Your dog's tongues are
Well, a couple other cards we looked at. One was Disciple of the Vault, which is not getting banned, but I'm going to bring it up here as a card that we looked at and talked about, and how it is strong at fueling kills with ATOG, but really ATOG was the core of that engine, and previous versions of Affinity didn't even play Disciple at all. We also looked into the Modern Horizons 2 bridges, which were I know many people were asking about these cards, but there's a few things going on here. One, they've actually unlocked some other cool things you can do in the format.
Hard to play Arcbound Ravager and
interaction with Cleansing
Johnny
Wildfire has been really enjoyable for a lot of people. We think there are potentially newer builds of Affinity that could use these cards to power out cards like Carapace Forger and to help fix its colors. And we could be surgical and hit just a few, but there's no guarantee that's going to work. So we decided to leave the bridges for now. And then the last card that we wanted to talk about that we did look into is Deadly Dispute. This is a pretty understated card that showed up in
Yeah,
Adventures
Deadly
in the
Dispute is
Forgotten
really
Realms
powerful,
last year.
actually.
But it gives the deck
Mhm.
more draw twos and really helps fuel some of those powerful starts. But really, this is a great card for resiliency. So we were just decided that we would leave Deadly
Yeah, it's
Dispute
good
for
with
now. So
Chromatic
after
Star,
looked at a lot
good
of ways
with
to
a
not
Wall
hit
Spring,
ATOG,
etc.,
but
etc.
really it just kept coming back to ATOG, and that is why ATOG is going to be leaving us.
Okay, so ATOG was really like the centerpiece of that deck. What does that mean for Affinity in Pauper?
Yeah, so ATOG has been a big part of the Affinity deck for a long time. I mean, it's been a card that you've used along with Fling to be able to kill people and deal damage quickly. But we think there's still a lot of tools for Affinity to adapt and still be used. For example, the old Carapace Forger versions have fallen out of favor now, but cards like that we think could still make a 3 or even more color Affinity deck show up. So, we don't know exactly what the future is going to look like for Affinity, but in some of our initial looking and testing, we feel like there is still a deck out there. I know some people out there will probably be wondering, what about Sojourner's Companion, which is a card that we banned in the last update. We're not returning that card at this time, but depending on how Affinity goes, it's a card that could potentially come back to the deck.
Okay. Now, we're not only banning ATOG, correct? We're taking action on some other cards?
That's right. So I think a lot of people expected the ATOG ban, or at least an Affinity ban. That's what everyone's been asking for. But as we were digging into the format, there's some other stuff that we found, and we wanted to be really holistic about it and not just look at Affinity because that's what everyone was talking about, but also about were there any other issues in the format. And there's one deck in particular that was showing up as a problem. And that deck is actually the Urzatron deck, powered by the 3 Urzatron lands.
Urzatron,
Believe it or not,
a
actually had a
problem?
higher
Muldrifter
win rate.
deck.
Yes, of course. And one of the mini Muldrifter decks out there, Blake. A 4x Muldrifters played in most Tron decks. Tron actually had a higher win rate than Affinity in League. So even though, granted, there was Artifact Haten sideboards for Affinity and so on, but Tron was actually a more successful deck. And after sideboarding, it had almost no bad matchups. There were very few decks that were advantaged against Tron. It was also dominant before Modern Horizons 2, which is the last time that a lot of people thought there was a kind of stable Pauper format. So we are taking action against 2 cards in Tron, and they're a little unconventional. So we're going to show them to you in a second. But before we get there, I want to really suggest you walk through the kind of explanation I give afterwards as to how we got here. So we're not looking at getting rid of the Tron deck. We're looking right at changing how the deck plays a little bit. So we're going to ban 2 cards from the Urzatron deck. Those cards are Bonder's Ornament and Prophetic Prism.
Ooh, Prism Band's interesting.
Once again, this sounds a little unconventional, although a few people guessed this. So
Bonder's Ornament makes more sense, actually. So your Bonder's Ornament.
We looked at a lot of other cards for the Tron decks. We looked at Moment's Peace, which is a card that is very good at stopping the aggressive decks. But for one, that only hurts Tron against aggressive decks. And secondly, there's a lot of good replacements. Tangle, for example, is a card that you would replace Moment's Peace with. So we're not banning Moment's Peace. We looked at Mystical Teachings, which is very powerful, especially in conjunction with Moment's Peace, at being able to tutor up whatever answers you need.
Yeah, Moment's Peace has great art.
Sideboard, or once you sideboard them in, get your one-ups out of your sideboard.
I kind of dig the Prism ban because it's just really hard for it to cast forward spells now.
Powerful effect. But we also know this card is loved.
Yeah,
and
it's
really
100% influenced by the panel. They did a lot of discussion, is what was said.
Which is a card that they play 2 copies of usually.
Prophetic Prism, which is another Arkham's Astral Bannerweight. Yeah.
Piece.
But
But that only really helps them when they're not finding their Tron pieces early. It's kind of a niche card. And then finally, we looked at cards that would impact the Flicker decks, or the Flicker aspect of this. So the kind of Ghostly Flicker, Ephemerate style stuff. It's kind of just a long game plan, though. So we didn't want to touch that at this time. It wasn't really the core of what made Tron problematic. The issue with Tron, going back to Bonder's Ornament and Prophetic Prism, is that you get to have so much mana, right? You have all this mana off Tron, but you have absolutely no restraint in what colors you can.
Yeah, you have no restrictions on what colors you
can
want.
play cards from.
Sound familiar, Arkham's Astral Blade
Bonder's
lovers?
in particular is kind of a card that was never designed with one-on-one play in mind. It's only a common by technicality of how it was released in the commander decks, and it allows Tron to keep on pace with the Monarch decks, any control deck, and control decks used to have a shot against Tron. The Monarch decks used to have a shot against Tron, but since Bonner's Ornament showed up, those
A
matches
little
get
too
really
much,
rough
maybe.
because Tron has
Yeah.
endless amounts of cards. Prophetic Prism
They
is not
could
that
play the filter
much
lands, but
unlike
that's a lot
another
worse
card we
than
saw
playing
banned in
Prophetic
Mini
Prism
Gaming
because
most
he eats your
recently.
land
Our card's
drop.
Astrolabe, which
So
let you just play
Right.
whatever colors you want and gave you a ton of flexibility. And although this costs 1 more mana in a Tron deck, that extra mana is pretty low. So we're hitting these 2 cards.
definitely a
We
flashback
feel
to
like
Astrolabe,
this
yeah.
will help the Tron decks change their form a little bit. They're still going to be around. They're still going to be able to accelerate to all the colors of mana. There's a player, or all the mana they need to cast spells. There's a player called Hirobi on Magic Online who's been playing like a deck with Annoyed Altasaur and Maelstrom Colossus and all these big Cascade cards sort of that ramp into with Tron that we think will still be powerful. But the kind of 5-color gameplay of Tron is what we want to move away from here. And we're really excited to see what happens next. Now, these changes are going to go live tomorrow on Magic Online. So it'll be up at around 10 a.m. or so.
Annoyed
So this weekend's
Altasaur.
challenges will have them ready to go. And I know we're really excited to see
And it's just
what
a bunch
impact,
of big
what impact this has on
Cascaders.
format.
They'll have to like adjust for
Absolutely.
So
that.
that was a
But
lot
that's
So
right
there you
there.
have
interesting.
it.
I'm sure you have some
That
questions.
was a
Oh,
lot.
sorry.
It's 3 cards.
Yeah.
You know, there was a little bit of a psych for chat after we talked about Atog, thinking that was
Crop
it.
rotation,
But
huh?
yeah, 3 cards: Atog, Bonder's Ornament, and Prophetic Prism, banned in Pauper. So Gavin, what is the Pauper format panel going to be watching
Uber
for
Tron
as the
sounds like an
format
oxymoron.
develops from
I don't know about
these
that.
bannings?
I mean, it's just different, you know?
Yeah, that's a great question, Blake. You know, we looked into the data and we wanted to kind of make the Tron bans because that seemed like the clear next step just based on the current data and pre-Modern Horizons 2. But we know there are strong decks that were not hit by these, such as Fairies, Blink, Monarch. But rather than try and make too many bans early and too many bans preemptively, we'd rather really see how the format shakes out. I mean, this change to Tron is gigantic and might really change how the format looks. So we're going to be monitoring how things look after this and you know, watching it kind of throughout the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty preview season and after the set comes out. If there are more changes to be made, you'd probably hear from us sometime after that, maybe
6 in
March,
the
April,
prelim.
something
It'll
in that
probably
range.
fire.
But I
Just
think there's
was
a good chance
checking.
the format could also just settle on its own. So we'll kind of have to wait and see what happens there.
All right. And just to reiterate for everyone in chat asking about other formats, again, we have a BNR announcement coming next Tuesday that will cover other non-Pauper formats. We just kind of wanted to spotlight the work of the Pauper format panel this week a little bit earlier, give it its own little space because that group is new. So, Gavin, how is working with that team?
Yeah, I want to say they've been really fantastic. They have been incredible to work with, and it's so great working with people who know the format at such a deep level. And we'll go back and test some of these changes out and talk about their own experiences. And you know, if you talk about them each about their favorite decks, they all have different favorite decks basically. So they all have very varied perspectives. And you know, for example, Mirko Heisen 01, if you've ever faced him on Magic Online, is a big Tron player himself. So like he was able to weigh in on the impact of a lot of these changes.
2.9. I
A
think it's already
really
plummeted
well-rounded
somehow. That's kind of
discussion
funny.
from the whole group. And I just want
I
to
think like
give a
literally
big
there
shout
was
out
just
to
a
all
quick
of them for,
sellout
in you know,
because
about a
that's
week
how
and a half
fast it
really
moves, you
turning
know?
and doing the work to make this happen. And I'm super excited to work with them going forward.
Really funny that.
And
Yep.
if you missed it in chat, Gavin's write-up of the 3 Pauper bands is live on Daily MTG right now. A lot of what he talks about in the article he said here, so it'll be a little redundant, but you may get a little additional insight by reading that article and quoting things and having that discussion with your other Pauper friends. Great. So that is it for the Pauper bands for now.
That's it for the Pauper
we
bands.
are going to do the Q&A.
Do not care anymore now. Okay, well, that was interesting. I wonder... I know other people have been wondering if they'll do something similar for Legacy. Personally, I doubt it, because I think if they wanted to do that, they would have done it already. But it's certainly not out of the question that they start a panel like that for a Legacy at some point. But who knows? I mean, whatever. I also don't really care if they ban things or not, personally. I'll leave that to other people to, like, complain about or talk about. you know, just not gonna worry about it, really, period. Alright. You're gonna be sad when they ban Thespian Stage for having the highest win rate in leagues and challenges. We can still play a few decks. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Anyways, let's see. Alright, back to some music. I'll turn it down a little bit. Alright, so 11 minutes until the prelim. I don't really want to start another match before that. I'll pull up the deck I'm playing and, you know, just chill for a few minutes. Again, if you're new to stream, thanks for being here. Hit that follow button, that's free to do, help support the stream. If you really want to support the stream, check for your Twitch Prime sub, or even a regular sub and consider using it here. And if you are interested in lands, Legacy lands, which I know so many of you are, check out the Patreon. Exclamation point Patreon. So, that's all I got for now. Oh yeah, so I'll be right back in 2 minutes. If people want to ask questions, go ahead. I'll see them and when I come right back. Alright, back. Did I miss anything? Alright, how many people are in the room? 7? Okay, we'll just chill. Oh, I can start a Sporacle real quick, I guess. A magic Sporacle. Let's see. Let's find a good one. Find a good magic Sporacle chat for a few minutes. I named her reserve list cards from Antiquities? No. Can I name the Magic the Gathering Dark Steel set? I don't want to do that. Let's see. What else we got? Is this even right? I don't know how recent this one is. It doesn't have Arkham's Astrolabe on it. So... Does that have Oko? No. I don't know when this was made, actually. There are a bunch of conspiracy cards that are banned. I guess it's Power Play. WorldNet. What other ones are there? What are the other conspiracies that are definitely banned? And Legacy. Free. Contract from below. Controlled bird. Mind's Desire. Feel free to chime in with answers if you all want that. A lot of random cards. Like, a ton that I can't remember right now. Tyrant Academy is a good one. Too many conspiracy to remember, I know. Dogmoth's Bargain. Mind Over Matter? I don't think it's... It was unbanned in 2007, actually. So you actually tricked me. I remember it was unbanned because you can still play it in High Tide. It's just not very good anymore, which is the funny part. Frantic Search. It's roughly alphabetical, so just guess whatever you want and we'll see if it works. Did I get online power? 5, Lotus, 6, Ancestral 7, Time Twister 8, Time Walk 9. Yeah. Time Trial's not banned. Yeah, Time Trial was not banned. That's like one of the linchpin cards for the sorcery speed version of Time Spiral. Like, obviously, High Tide Time Spiral is a very... They go together like peanut butter and jelly, I guess is the best way of putting it. Yawgmoth's Will is the other Y card. Judgment. What's banned from Judgment? Oh, Deathray Shaman. Wait, does this predate that? It does. This is a really old quiz, actually. How old is it? Huh. This is really old. It doesn't have DRS on it. I have no idea how old this quiz is. It's like just looking for the weird Quark ban cards, I guess. Oh, New Phyrexia? Well, wait, no, it has Mental Misstep. Just have Dig Through Time and Treasure Cruise. So it predates Cons of Tarkir. It doesn't have Cruise or Dig. So I just found a really old quiz, which is kind of funny. Oh, Mind Twist, good call. Mind Twist, Earthcraft. Probably has Black Vice, even though Black Vice is illegal now. Like, Black Vice is actually legal now, and it's just not very good, funnily enough. Land tax is legal in Legacy. It got unbanned around the time Avacyn Restored was legal in Legacy. Oh, it is now. Okay, you're right. Oh, but it has unbanned 2012. Funny. Someone else suggested Mind Over Matter, so I typed it. Balance is banned, though. Keep in mind, I think this quiz was made, like, at 2020. Or 2012, not 2020. So, that's what's going on here. Alright, I think there's just way too many of these. I already got Contract from Below. It's right under Chaos Orb. Mystical Tutor, Vamp Tutor. It's a good call. Oh, Mana Crypt is a promo. City in a Bottle is a good call. I guess City in a Bottle is actually legal. I guess it's legal, it's just not good. Kind of funny. Charizard, yeah. Charizard. It's like fucking impossible. Whatever. The prelim's about to start. I'm just gonna click give up. Advantageous Proclamation is the one I wasn't gonna... I wanted Secret Summoning, Secrets of Paradise, Sentinel Dispatch. Unexpected potential. I think I could have gotten the rest of them, but not like the conspiracies, really. Yeah, Crane, I agree. If they're happy, I'm happy. I don't really care. Like, I'm actually pretty anti-ban generally, but if they want it and I don't know anything about their format, that's fine. Like, if they're happy about it, seems great for them. Alright, so we're gonna play Izzet Delver in this prelim. Delverless Delver. There's no Delvers in the deck, so round one, let's go. It did fire. Yeah, they did say that. Alright, well, this hand sucks. This is the same hand. Alright, sure. That shot. Of course, we're gonna go. Obviously, if they're playing like Madness or something, I'm just gonna get railed, but... I did go to 5 cards though, like... It's pretty much the best you can ask for on 5. They did not say what formats, no. I think I want Daze, then to draw the Force. And then just leave the Brainstorm on the bottom. Like a combo player's end? I mean, something like that, I guess. Just gonna waste them upkeep. Interesting. So the question is, what do I do? Probably that brainstorm. I think I'm just gonna put back brainstorm and force. I could also put back the second days, actually. Maybe that's better. Could put back spell pierce. That's kind of crazy, I guess, though. I'm gonna put these two back and actually play Ragavan next turn, protected. Like, I'm just gonna fetch at their end step and play the or fetch and then see what I draw and then probably play Ragavan off wall. The random pauses are killing me. I would force it. I think that's just not a great idea. Okay. Remember, this is my 5-card hand. It feels like we're kind of even right now, actually. But, see what happens. So they're down 2 plows. Just gonna keep playing all my shit out to develop. I mean, iteration is great. Looks like the Jeskai, like, Days Undoing deck is what I'm getting at from these, like, pauses and the way the game's played out. Let me see if I can look at that deck real quick again. I'm just going to deploy the thing. I think waiting makes that much sense. I mean, they're always going to have a white sources for it, essentially. If they get it with days to be it, that's fine. It gives me first crack, so I feel like I'm actually in really good shape. Alright, opponent. The random pauses are just like very tilting. Volcanic the most expensive? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff. What happened in this match? I don't know what happened there, but... Well, I guess we can get ahead on time. Yeah, C used to be the most. I don't know anymore, though. Like, I really don't have an idea, to be fair. I really just have no idea if it's the most or not. Yeah, same, Gersh. You could tell me cards are worth anything and I would just believe people. Like, I literally have no idea. Meanwhile, we are waiting for our opponent to make plays. Been 2 minutes so far. I think that's good enough, actually. Remember, this was my 5-card hand, and it seems quite good for me right now. And obviously they can plow it. That's fine. I think Dash Ragavan's really good versus decks once you run them out of plows as well, but obviously, like, 2 of my Ragavans are exiled, so it's, like, harder to do that, but I think it works out fine. Like, it's just a general strategic note that I think once you run them out of a bunch of plows, like, dashing Ragavan's, like, super effective versus this type of deck generally. You do have to be careful about days undoing, of course, but, you know. Yeah, that's why I kept all of the bolts. Just need to use my mana. They can bounce that, I attack them. And, like, it's pretty good for me still. Have they played a land yet? They haven't. So they might plow one of these, but, you know, I think I kind of have them under the gun. I might use one DRC to just KO that still. It's kind of a free roll, but... I know my top card's Lightning Bolt, and I definitely do not want to put it away, because I think they're very close to dead, so... Okay, well, that works, I guess. So put those 2 on top, bolt them, and... And that was my 5-card hand. I mean, if they force us, they die, so... And, you know, sometimes just as easy as that. They cast a draw 7, but I get first crack at it, and then, you know, everything falls apart. Daze is really good versus their decks, I'm not cutting it. It's kind of a weird matchup. I think Gutshot is, like, kind of dog shit, obviously, but... These are good. I kind of want to side in my own Hole Breachers. Might. I have 4 cards I should cut. I'm not going to cut the forces because I think they're too important versus their, like, 3-drops. I just want to punish them when they, like, tap low. Bolts are good, though. I might just not have the 3-drop creatures in and just operate like this. I could also, like, actually... It's kind of crazy, but maybe I just cut 2 regions and leave in the breachers instead. And go like this. Like, it's kind of blasphemy, but I kind of think I don't want to, like, mess up on breachers versus the 4 Teferi, 4 Plow, bunch of blast deck post board. But I am siding another blue card, so I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think I'm just gonna have 0 bolts. I changed my mind. Or I'll have 1 bolt and 3 regions. Alright, really good hand. Definitely not gonna mulligan. I think this matchup is generally good. Because, I mean, Daze is just so insane versus their deck, that's why I kind of think it's good. I think I just want to land really bad, so knowing that is correct. Okay. I want a second iteration. Guess I can mill the bolt though, actually. Probably what I'm supposed to do. I'm just not gonna cast anything if they don't cast anything. I don't want to tap low because of Cluster Storm, really. Oh, I guess I should unpack that. I think it's basically better to just keep all my lands untapped on this turn cycle. I know I'm going to draw a land next turn, so I don't have to commit too much. I'm playing very conservatively right now because I just don't want to get obliterated by 3-drops. I think that just makes sense, personally. They're really respecting Wasteland. I mean, there are enough duels in their deck that I'm not going to cut Wasteland. But here's something to think about. I'm going to go upstairs. I do not want to draw that one, really. I'm okay with them blasting it, that's fine. I got what I wanted, which is the 3/3. Fine. Next turn I'll just move and then look for more threats. Alright, that's pretty good. Now I'm pretty safe. I mean, next turn I'm just going to iterate, and just like get really far ahead. I don't think they can really threaten me that much. I'm just going to take all the spells, like... Okay, well that was the punish for not taking a land there, but that's okay. I'll just put a Daze in Exile. I mean, Pyros are obviously insane in this matchup, so... I should leave all of the Pyros in my graveyard in case if there's a reshuffle from Days Undoing. Even though I think it's kind of unlikely, you know. Also, the 4 Spell Pierce version of this deck has to be so ahead in this matchup, in my opinion. It's kind of crazy. Fine. I can probably find another one. Not a big deal. There you go. I'm just gonna EOT Hull Breacher. No thing. I don't know yet. I'm just trying it. I copied JPA's list because I trust him. I think I do want to redraw the Ragavan, but not the Wasteland, of course. So, I can just very easily, you know, do the thing. That gives me a treasure. It's just a Scry 3. Or it's not even a Scry 3. Okay. Oh, pretty convincing win, but I think the way this deck is structured, this has to be a good matchup for me. Like, if it wasn't, I don't even really know why you would play 4 Spell Pierce. Alright, I'm gonna start a prediction for the second match. Again, thanks for everyone being here. If you want to support the stream, hit that follow button, that's free to do. If you really want to support the stream, consider using your Twitch Prime or regular sub here. And, you know, thanks for being here. I do appreciate you all. And get your predictions in for the second match. Well played? I don't know. It felt pretty easy. I drew a lot of iterations, which is kind of key. But I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, be right back. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? Alright, so one match left. I'm not going to start another match. They're in game 3. Oh, we got some big gamblers in chat on the match, on the result of this next match. Yo, Rutabaga, is that you? Guess he lost to Vuk. Ozzy, stole your Sylvan on turn 2. Oh, live by the monkey, die by the monkey, or something like that. Yeah, it didn't go well. Fair enough. Alright, let's just see what they rewrote again. Atog. Oh, interesting. Wedding invitation. Ragvan, the greatest thief in the multiverse? Something like that. Camlin333. My rant about MTG related? Kind of wish that there was like a real structure for organized play. I think the huge sacrifice Wizards made was they sacrificed their great organized play system to basically have nothing now to try to be esports. So that's my rant. It's kind of what's actually made me kind of sad over the last few days thinking about that sort of stuff. Because like for me, Magic was very aspirational when I started competing back in like 2004. Because like the Pro Tour, it has such a good name to it, has such a good system. The system was very clear, and you know, like the same people kept doing well in PTs, so it was just super aspirational. Because there was a pro club that you could aspire to make sure everything worked right. So it's just like now I just kind of play Magic for fun. I don't really care about those arena events because they don't feel the same to me. I mean, obviously for the people who want to compete, that's great for them, but I feel like something's lost. So that's my opinion on it. And you know, like I don't know how to put it. I have a lot of friends who work at Wizards on designing cards. They are not in charge of any of this stuff. Like, no, I mean, there's a bunch of qualifiers on MTGO. Like, actually qualifying for it is kind of clear. It's just, it's not clear what happens if you... There's no, like... There's no... how do I put it? There's no, like... You can't reach any milestones. Yeah, Bribleck, that's exactly right. I play Magic so my audience can make channel point bets. That's definitely true. So they also banned some Tron cards because apparently Tron was actually doing better than Infinity in the leagues. And it's because kind of it was a 5/4 deck. So, you know. Payoff isn't as good as a Fight Fly. Yeah, I mean, like, that was a banger the multiple times it happened for me, you know? But I'm not gonna, I don't know. I'm just kind of in a funk, I guess, and nothing's really gonna get me out of it. Who's the best Magic player right now? Probably Paulo Vitor Rosa. But I think there's like 5 or 6 people you could list, and they'd probably all be reasonable choices. I think basically I don't know how to qualify it. I think it's Paulo, but I also think Paulo is extremely good and is like actually playing a lot and caring, so you know, all those things make him a very dangerous opponent currently. I don't know. And also, like, the times I played Paulo, I've been really impressed by his play from the other side. He's just, like, very good. I mean, like, it's hard to say it, but... I mean, the only thing I kind of care about qualifying for is, like, one of those Moxes that you can play, but I still think the in-person, like, 24-person or 32-person Mox was still more prestigious and, like, it's something that they could do if they wanted to, really. Because, like, you can have, like, a small gathering, a small tournament. But that's a different rant. Kind of think they just used a lot of excuses to kill OP, like, entirely, pretty much. And then, like, SCG kind of followed their lead because they kind of saw that it was free to do it, and, you know, just kind of bummed all around. Yeah, PVDDR is a good nickname. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, why pay players anything to play Magic when you can charge twice as much for packs? Why, like, support your player base whatsoever when you can just make more money for Hasbro? I don't know. I guess I'm, like, sounding kind of jaded, but that's how I feel about it. And I still like playing Magic, but not enough to play, like, every single qualifier online to play an online tournament on Arena. So that's, like, that's just me, I guess. Especially when there's, like, no, like, reward for consistently doing well. There's, like, no way to stack up invites very easily. You kind of just have to redo it every time, and that just, like, is very painful. Well, Repo, I think they already knew that starting, like, 5 years ago, you know? No, they already knew that. I think I was told that one of the VPs wanted to try to kill OP for, like, 5 years in a row. What was their name? Greg something? Yo, what's up, Mark? Hope you're having a good one. I'm just rambling, I guess, but... Yeah, I mean, killing OP but making it seem like they're incompetent is actually really smart, if that was their intended plan. I don't think it was intended, but it ended up being smart, I think. I'm just, like... The problem is, like, I don't live to work. I think, really, there are two types of people in the world. You either live to work or you work to live. And I definitely work to live. I do not live to work. Like, and so I needed, like, some sort of aspirational hobby outside of work, and Magic was, like, kind of perfect, but now I just, like, kind of don't have anything, and, like, I'm just kind of, like, all the time, and I kind of feel like I'm just wasting my time outside of work, you know? I don't know if it's just me, but it's... I don't know, that's... I guess this sort of turned into a ramble about how I'm, like, kind of dissatisfied with almost everything. Yeah, but the problem is that's always how I've, like, navigated hobby. I always felt like I was always trying to, like, do something, if that makes sense. I don't really enjoy EDH, I'm sorry. I respect people who do, but I just don't really love it. Midlife crisis. Like, I thought about it. My dad died at 70. I'm already at 37. So I'm already more than midway through. For what it's worth, the median age of a male in the US is higher than 70. So, like, it was kind of, like, I still think about it almost every day. I mean, I play TFT, but I don't really enjoy League of Legends. Oh, your dad was 69, nice. I don't know, like, that kind of shit is depressing to me, I suppose. No, I'm 37. I just turned 37 on December 24th. I have a lot of Magic experience. I mean, like, played a lot since 2004, essentially. 2003. Yeah, I think it... No, I'm not, like, Repo, I'm not looking for that. I'm just rambling because there's nothing else to do right now. I'm waiting for round 2 of this prelim. Because someone asked me why I'm just asked... Someone wanted me to rant about Magic, and it turned out into a ramble about this stuff, I guess, instead. Tell Tristan to hurry up. I think Tristan's actually in this chat. Tristan, hurry up. It's probably, like, some... It's, like, Into-Play only plays Post, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know, like, what Tristan's playing this time. It could be anything, really. Rant about Supreme Cube? I mean, Supreme Cube is not a format I enjoy either, and it's like... It's honestly, like, almost the exact opposite of PH. I'm sorry to hear that, the boat guy. Didn't mean to, like, try to bring up those feelings, I was just rambling, but... Like, basically, I've always had, like, a hobby where I could feel like I could make progress or an improvement. And, like, a lot of hobbies don't really do that, is the problem. Like... I'm sad the boat guy won't have a little boat either. That's quite sad. Yeah, most hobbies don't have measurable progress, but that's why, like, the original Magic organized play system when I started was so good. Like, in that sense of the word. Like, it still had flaws, don't get me wrong. I think almost every iteration of the organized play system had flaws, but I believe, like, we are at rock bottom now, for sure. So, yeah, people, like, that shit is aspirational, shop, shop, shop. Grand Arbiter of Taste? I mean... Okay, I guess progress is the wrong word I'm looking for. Like, improving in such a way that you can put it forward to something else is how I would put it best, Grand Arbiter. I do agree with you that most hobbies have fear progress. Like, if you take up sewing, you, like, obviously know when you're improving at your crocheting or sewing or whatever, you know? Oh, the Jace Ultimate story. Oh, that was not my finest moment. Yeah, the United States has, like, a lot of things that are not very desirable about it. I agree with that, too. Every chai lifting. I haven't, Mark, but it hasn't really appealed to me before, and it still doesn't really appeal to me, so I don't know. I don't know. But, like, obviously I understand that there is, like, a bonus of getting into better shape. Become a survivalist living in the wood, hunting for my meals. Sounds like some Henry David Thoreau shit right there. Alright. Tristan won. Alright. We're going to the next round soon. 1-0 prelim, 1-0 league. Basically just maximizing this day. Negative 42-degree Colorado winter in January? Doesn't sound very pleasant now. Sounds like the opposite of pleasant, to be quite fair. Measurable indeed. Did you eat? Are you warm? Yep, success. Oh, I do not want to stay in a log cabin in the middle of nowhere having to fend myself hunting. What does Trophos actually beat? Slow. It definitely beats like an Onrog style deck. Slow blue decks. Mark, no, I'm not doing that, Mark. I still have the 4 that I lent Ari for PT Kaladesh because we all got tricked, or you all got tricked in playing contingency plan in Marvel. Honorog, it literally beats Honorog. It definitely beats the shit out of Honorog. What? I mean, 100% beats Honorog. I don't think Honorog's ever beaten 12 posts in his life. Now, I'm exaggerating for comic effect, but the reality is, if you asked Honorog, I would think he would admit that he loses the deck quite often. They're playing in Super Cal. Is this a Zoomer? I think it is a Zoomer, but I can't remember. Any Zoomers in chat? Oh yeah, if you have Loam plus Wasteland, you beat it more often, but you still have to keep the Pithing Needles off the board. Is Super Cow a Zoomer, Levi? All right, so we have a good old-fashioned Boomer versus Zoomer match. I'm not actually a Boomer by the sociological definition of the word. I'm actually a little old millennial, but when it comes to Magic, I'm probably a Boomer. Hashtag paper boomers and all, you know? There's a reason for Forest Spell Pierces. I copied JPA's Decklist and I'm playing it. Anyone over 20 is a MDG boomer? Mark says I have to win to defend our honor. Repo, I guess it's 20 is the claim, I suppose. You're a boatmer for sure, the boat guy. Alright, well, this is like low end keep, what I'm gonna keep. Definitely would rather have a threat in my opening hand, but that's how it is. What is this, elves? Verdant Catacombs is not that common in Legacy anymore. It feels like elves, though. I guess it could be post, technically, but... My hand's pretty good versus basic forest. I mean, I can kill a bunch of stuff. I remember when Stoneforge Mystic was the best creature in Standard. Does that count? I like this forest, actually. I don't know what it's from, but it's kind of sick. There's like a deer in the art. It smells like elves to me. The Strix promo? They're gonna get Shepherd, and I'll bolt the Shepherd. Reason to bolt the Shepherd now is Gaia's Cradle. song's very familiar. There's an elk in the art? Is this Eldraine? Alright, forcing this one. Because otherwise it just gets another shepherd and then I get kind of dead, you know. Beautiful forest? Sure, I'll believe you. Elks in the art is serious. It's a pretty common situation. I think I'm just gonna ponder looking for another colored source. I think this is actually a shuffle, like, that doesn't really do much. It's actually pretty good. There should be a song list. This says Crescendo the Chaos. I don't know what this is from. But there should be like a song list thing at the bottom left, right? Anyways, the last turn, the reason I pondered was exactly like what happened. Because if I missed on a land off the brainstorm, it's kind of disastrous, whereas Ponder can just shuffle away the bad cards. And that's kind of what happened. Are we looking for a removal spell? Worked. Really good. Question is if I'll need another wasteland. Hold on. So I can scry away the wasteland with my gut shot. And waste them and leave up Pierce for Zenith or something, so that seems worth. My tough card is Rainforest. Fine. It's fine. Fine. Two shepherds down. Possibly I should have kept the Ragavan, but I think the Spell Pierce might be more important, actually. Yeah, I mean, I copied JPA's list. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't actually do any work on this list. I could change one surgical to a cage, which actually improves this matchup slightly as well. So, like, I guess what I should say is I didn't do much work. I did very little work. That's a different way of putting it. Sometimes you have to refresh or reboot or something. Like, it's kind of weird and dicey sometimes, you know. But I appreciate you, JW, trying to use it. It looks like their last 2 cards are lands. Oops. Any creature's a good creature. I'll just take 4, like, 4 damage is not a big deal. My top card a brick? I'm trying to remember.
Had to refresh to use my Bezo buck.
Fuck. Can't remember. I think it's a brick. So if it's a brick, I can just surveil it. So note the only... Alright, so they did have the crop rotation the entire time. I do have to get seam vents, unfortunately, but... I kind of had a soft read on crop rotation earlier, but fine. Yeah. Am I streaming tomorrow morning? No, I have to work. Get... I can always make a blocker off that, so I think I'm just gonna iteration first. Hold on. Actually, what if I dash? I can hit for 1. I don't have a creature in the graveyard still. No haste creatures. I need to leave 2 creatures back. Alright. That was kind of weirdly... Well, did I mulligan? I don't remember. That game just kind of dragged. Yeah, no, I'm not complaining about the delirium thing. I don't think I was complaining about the delirium. Was I? Was it well played, Mark? I'm not sure. I like Hole Breacher. Whoops. Wrong card. Not click on that one. Right card. I don't really love Days or something. I think it's like pretty bad. Okay, yeah. I kept 7. I was trying to remember if they mulliganed. I guess they just had a clunky draw, right? So I've had this discussion. I think Ragavan's actually fine versus them. Because I think the mana actually matters. They cast 4 Zenith. Yeah, they had a bit of a clunker, but Zenith is actually really important versus deck because you want Shepherd every game, pretty much. Kind of think Spell Pierce is kind of stains, actually. Instead of Ragavan. Then you're going to just shave the Spell Pierces. And the 4th Spell Pierce, I think, is better than the first. The first Spell Pierce in the first stage. No, I think I should just cut. I'm just going to leave in Ragavan's just to trade, like, personally. I think that's an absolutely fine use of it. But wait, didn't mention this until now. Just shout out to Just a Little Nightcap for using their Twitch Prime sub. 11 months. That's so many times. They had to refresh to use their Bezo bucks. But let's get some Jarvis claps in chat for Just a Little Nightcap. And if you want to be as cool as them, consider using your Twitch Prime sub here. Alright, I'm gonna keep cantrips and gut shot. How could I lose? This matchup is actually very grindy. Like, no joke. It's actually very grindy. Okay, well, I cannot gut shot that one, so good beats. Yo, Diogenes. Diogenes Passos, thanks for the 100 bits. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put the Force into my hand. I think I'm just gonna end up drawing all of those, honestly. Yeah, 2-2, that's cheating. I agree. Definitely cheating. Okay, good. I, for a second, thought I didn't get to end the festivities in, which would be kind of disastrous, but I did. So. I think Wasteland can go, though. Probably Wasteland Ponder, honestly. I want to keep the land, because I think it's just too important to develop properly. And I definitely can't put back any of the red removal. I'm actually going to just main phase kill the Nettle because of Gaia's Cradle. I don't want to gut shot the Visionary because it's already kind of done its job. Like, I would rather save it for like a Symbiote or some nonsense. Plenty of things to use it on. That. Okay. Just gonna say go. I think getting Hole Breacher into play is worth more than doing anything else. Well, Breacher is also a good way to just blank all of their 1/1s. I really like the card in the matchup. I think it's actually quite good. It's also just counterspell for Glimpse of Nature, you know, whatever. Like, it actually does a lot more. Bonder's Ornament is a card that lets you draw cards, essentially, I think. Do the thing. Yeah, I did do the thing. End the festivities would be disgusting. I'm gonna go looking for it. So if I ponder first, that's the most looks. So I'm just like, if I draw end, it's like kind of over for them. This is protected by that, so I'm just gonna mill it. I don't think it actually does anything. Bolt can go after Symbiote. Let's see. Both the Symbiote. So I guess I want to brainstorm clear away the Tarn, because I'm so likely to find... Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot I can't control Z. Whoops. I should have put the iteration into my hand. But, whatever. Yeah, I should have left the Tarn on top. Now this is kind of awkward, but whatever. Let's see. Bolts on top. If I put both bolts on top, what's going to happen? I guess basically I'm going to delay casting the iteration until next turn. Suppose is what's going to happen. I don't want to pitch the Regent. So actually, I'm supposed to probably put Tarn Bolt on top. And then next turn, I draw the Bolt, iterate away, scrying away the Tarn. So this seems correct to me. I'm a national treasure? I would not go that far, Mark. I wish I was. Kind of interesting that's still in their deck versus me, I guess. Oh, I could have done that. Yeah, you're right. I think that's slightly more accurate. Yeah, no, that's actually better. Chris. Is it crazy forcing Pigeon Regent? Actually, what if I just let it go? Is that crazy? Yeah, I kind of think I don't care about it. Alright, you can have it. Yeah, I mean, it just dies to this channeler now, so who cares? Now I actually think I don't even want to scry away the land. Actually, I can. I guess. I'm not even gonna kill it. I'm gonna play around a top deck full or Allosaurus Shepherd, I guess. I'm just gonna play a big Regent now. Because like I don't think that card actually. So. Bolt. Thunder. Brainstorm. I still have Delirium, and I have an 8/8, so good luck. Yeah, they usually play one Grist. It's really good. The whole Breacher was actually super effective versus them, which I actually think it generally is going to be. Boy. That has to die. I take a draw step. I probably should just scry, actually. Good.
Oops, wrong sub.
Oops, wrong sub. Nice. Okay, thank you, deck. Because that's really funny. Yeah, I don't think they can win anymore, really. Yeah, that was something, alright, chat. Just see end-to-end iteration off my Fonder versus Elves. It's like, what the hell is that? Oh god. Yeah, this list feels pretty solid. Right. Yes, I am too. How much is MTH Premium? Well, you just reacquired it by resubbing to this channel. You know, that's how it is. Alright, new prediction up for round 3. I'll leave it riding for a few minutes. Feeling a lot better today compared to yesterday. When I come back, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna open a pack of Shadows over Innistrad for all of the subs. Oh, your opponent has to AFK timeout? Alright, be right back. Thanks for letting chat know, though. Alright, chat. Let's do this pack one, pick one. Alright. I got a pack of Shadows over Innistrad. Let's see what's in it. Alright. What we got? It's some real bangers here. Silver Wren Snapper. 5 in the blue, 6/6, can't attack unless be cast a non-creature spell. Alright, we got a Vessel of Ephemera, which basically makes 2/1/1 flyers for a bunch of mana, but it was an enchantment. It was for Delirium's purposes. Alright, Warped Landscape. It is a it's like a very bad variant on Evolving Weapons. Yeah, White Vessel was not great. Intrepid Provisioner. When it comes into play, it's a 3 and a green 3/3 trample. When it comes to play, another target human gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Alright, Grotesque Mutation. This was one of the better combat tricks, if I remember. 1 in a black, +3/+1, and gains lifelink until end turn. It's an instant. Alright, we got Structural Distortion. It's Demolish, like 3 in red, destroy artifact or land, technically exile, and deal 2 to its controller. I do not remember that card, and it was probably not very good. Alright, we got Aim High, 1 in a green, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and gains reach and untap it. Which distortion? Structural Distortion. Alright, Crow of Dark Tidings. Actually a linchpin card for the Delirium decks. 2 in a black, 2/1 flyer. When it comes into play or it dies, you mill yourself for 2. Right. Weirding Wood. It's an uncommon. 2 in a green enchant land. When it comes to play, investigate. Enchanted land has tap, add 2 mana of any one color to your mana pool. This was a really good card, actually. Alright. We got a signal or a signpost uncommon. Rise from the Tides. Do people remember this one? 5 in a blue sorcery. Put a 2/2 black zombie creature token to play for every instant or sorcery in your graveyard. It was like a blue-red spells card, but it was it was kind of an insane payoff. Did I open a Mox Diamond? Yep, I opened one. Right there. It's on the list. It's on the list. Alright. Our dual land is a blue-green tapped dual land. Our rare is Forgotten Creation, 3 in a blue, 3/3 Skulk. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may discard all the cards in your hand. If you do, draw that many cards. Alright, we have a DFC in Kindly Stranger. 2 in a black, 2/3. It has Delirium. You can pay 2 in a black, transform it. Activate this only if you have Delirium. And it transforms into a 4/3. And when it transforms into this creature, you may destroy target creature. That card was very good. And I have another DFC. Does anyone want to guess what it is before I show it? I'll give you a hint. It's a rare. Because you could get 2 DFCs in a pack, and one of them could be a rare, and one of them could be a common or an uncommon, essentially. But Kindly Stranger was better than most rares, if I recall correctly. Hanwar Battlements. That's the wrong set. I believe Hanwar Battlements was in Eldritch Moon. So basically, you are limited to Westvale Abbey, which is not. Oh, actually, there's quite a few of them. It's not Gyre Reach Bandit. Alright, y'all ready? Dun 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 dun! It's not Avacyn. Avacyn would be a banger. That tied the whole set together. It is Thing in the Ice! The horror! The whole Breaker horror itself. Nah, it's Thing in the Ice. Dun 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 dun! Nice titty. Oh my god, there were so many bad jokes with that card in the day. Alright. We're still waiting for round 4 because apparently this person's timing out. Anyways, if y'all want to be as cool as Callum Smith, or just a little nightcap, check for that Bezo sub. And, Jarvis claps to them. Jarvis clap, Jarvis claps. Jarvis clap, Jarvis claps. There are 2 emojis. There's so much clapping going on. Yo! Mike, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. JW, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. We're getting back. We're getting those subs on the board. We're 2-0 in this prelim with Izzet Delverless Delver. 1-0 in a league as well. So they're 0-1 in games and matches. Yeah. They're about to be 0-2, so they just like decided to waste everyone's time by just like, you know, Bing chillin'. Or not the opposite of Bing chillin', I guess. If they were Bing chillin', they would just like quit out. Bad, you can't report people for rage quitting on DGO? Yeah, I know. It would be a good thing for us to be able to do right now. You can? Does it do anything, Aria? Does it do anything? Like, does anything actually get done is the real question. Alright. We got round 3 coming up. I'm going to play against Wandering Ones. Mom's Basement Streams or Wonder Pro. Send you an email. Thank you for feedback. Nice. Rant about something MTG related. I ranted a bunch earlier about how I was disappointed that there's like no aspirational things for organized play. I think I'm kind of ranted out for the night. I rambled about like... Okay, I got one more rant. Buy a box promos are the worst. Like, they're really, really, really bad. Kenrith comes to mind, like it's really, really awful that Kenrith was a buy box promo. Nexus of Fate also pretty bad. Like, I don't know, there's just so many that were egregious. And just like the distribution avenues are just horrible. Like, just not feeling it. You like premium buy a box version of card and set? Yeah, that's a better way of doing it. I agree with that. Yeah, and like you had to get proxies, and then they wouldn't make proxies for the Kenrith because you could get a non-foil Kenrith in the collector boosters for that SUG open. So I just didn't play with Kenrith in my deck, even though I think it was correct to play like one. Wandering One, so it's probably an Izzet Delver Mirror. I have these useless Spell Pierces, which are really not good, but... I'm gonna keep, but this is like low end. Yeah, the Secret Lair business model is much better, I think, because you can just choose not to buy those, but no. Well, in theory, what does that mean? I'm just gonna waste them on my turn. Thing. Oh, I'm definitely wasting. I'm gonna waste first, then bolt. Chose to shuffle. Nice ball, blood in the water. Toxic Jarvis, yep. Get wrecked. Alright. Well, we gotta free roll that one, chat. That's all I'm saying. Waste, free roll, yeah. I mean, like, who is Wandering Ones again? I know they're, like, a known name. I don't remember their name exactly, though. Good. Third. Decent. They're not, like, actually the end-all be-all, but... I'm actually gonna side in then Festivities the way my deck is constructed. These are pretty bad, and some combination of Daze and Wasteland should come out, actually. Yeah, I just have blue and red fetches. It doesn't matter which ones you play, I just have 8 of them. Is Yoshiko Ikawa? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm gonna cut 1 Daze and 2 Wasteland. Wasteland doesn't actually cut much. I'm siding in Caracas. I mean, of course, I like double wasted them and they had nothing, but how often do you think that actually happens? Like, I don't think it's that often. So I'm gonna just leave in some number of dazes and wastes. Opponent? Oh, I mean, basically you just play any red or blue fetch. I just have it maximum diversified. Yeah, good. Oh, the spell pierces are not great either, actually, but they actually are a little bit better versus iteration. Yeah, the basics are not good. Like, you can try playing basics. I told people you can play like Basic Island, but they're really not good. It's just kind of the price of doing business, you know? Looks like they're F6. You really shouldn't do, but... Waiting doesn't really help on that card, is the issue. Like, so, suppose I wait to play around Daze. I'm like giving them more time to just like flip the Delver or whatever, so like you basically shouldn't wait, I think. Okay. Now I kind of wish I hadn't spread away that bulk, of course, but that's how it is. Problem with waiting to gut shot is exactly what I described. Like, it doesn't really work, you know? Okay. I need to ponder into, like, I need a land and I need a removal spell. And they hit Arid me, so that's fine. Crocus works too. Sort of, like, they can dash. Well, sorry, they can't really dash, but it kind of works, you know? So I basically need to just find a bunch of removal. I actually have to keep the land, I think, and then I think I have to draw Brainstorm finding 2 removal spells. I knew there was a waste, so I just gave him the waste. Okay. Hoping for no Wasteland now. Wasteland would be really bad, but they've already used one. Kind of stable now, but it's kind of a race to see who draws better now. Fortunately, like, if I don't find a blast for that, it's going to be hard for me to make forward progress, I think. Pretty much. If I find a blast, I think probably I'm okay, but... Probably hold this for Brainstorm. Remember, I have 2 Volks in exile, and 2 Volks are here. But playing this land doesn't really do much, I think. I forgot to use this. Whoops. Nope. Try to use that. I could have held Murktide, actually, but... yeah, maybe that's better. No. This is kind of a scary situation. I mean, I'm unfavored in this staring contest by a lot, actually. Because I'm at 4, like, you know, it's pretty easy for them to find a bolt and a gut shot. For Mirror Wave, yeah. It's hard for them to have Pyroblast because they would have used one on one of these, so... Alright, that's pretty good. I could have wasted them. I didn't think it was correct, actually, but could have. Maybe I should have, because of this. Yeah. I kind of regret not wasting them, actually. I thought I could, like, trick them, but if I just waste them, it's the same thing all around. So, whatevs. You live, you learn. I think that was not great, obviously. Maybe somehow their iteration's not very good. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, what's up, Itai? Hope you're having a good one. I hope the chair's going well for Diana. Yeah, it's fine. I think I'm more concerned about glass right now. I should have definitely wasted on my turn. That was just a huge mistake, actually. So I'm probably going to regret it. Like, this waste is basically worthless now, so it's really not going well. Oh, that's bad. It's because I didn't waste. I think it, like, actually got cascaded way out of control. I didn't waste. I fucked it up. I should have just wasted on my turn and spell pierce the iteration that I was pretty sure that they had. Does make sense. I mean, I guess. It's not great all around, but... I think on the play, I'm just gonna leave in all my wastelands and try to, like, get them in a similar fashion. And leave in all my dazes, of course. Yeah, I didn't play that very well. I died. But that's okay. I might have still lost, but I definitely made it very difficult for myself by not wasting there and cutting off the iteration. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is just cut 3 spell pierces on the play instead. Because they're honestly not very good. Spell Pierce is like kind of notoriously bad, but iteration made it better. That's why I left some, but they're really not very good. The problem is the configuration I have, I can't really cut all of them as it is. Well, it's like End versus Pierce. I think I'd rather have End. I'm going to shift this hand. This hand's much better. So, just gonna go Rag on the play, and then Channeler, Ponder. I mean, I would rather have End than Spell Pierce, is what I'm saying. Yeah, it's for Murktides. I don't think it's particularly close. It's just such a common play pattern that you want to get fetches into the graveyard for Murk, you know? That actually. Alright, Gaze is pretty good here. Murktide. See what you did there. See what you did there, Mark. I have to attack, so I am. Chrono Trigger remixes are bangers, yeah. That they left on top. That's probably a removal spell for Ragavan then. It's just muscle memory on the iteration. So they'll get a random card from my deck. I hope it's just like a land or some nonsense or something. Alright, it is in fact a land. Praise baby Jesus. Alright, chat. Alright, chat. Remember the discussion I had about Spell Pierce versus End the Festivities, chat? I'm just gonna cast it first, actually. Do I need that? no. Gonna keep that one for sure. So the question is, what happens if I get Ragavand? I should leave the vents in the middle and put Brainstorm on top, probably. It's from Crimson Vow, yeah. That was basically the perfect end of festivities for what it's worth. Okay, this is a slight punish for not putting the blast in my hand, but like, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it's fine to do it the way I did it, because, like, getting Dash Dragvan is actually a concern there, to be quite fair. Because, like, if you stack it in a different way and they just hit Brainstorm, it's, like, pretty bad for you. I guess I could give them Pyro. No, I guess I could have put the Pyro in my hand and the vents in between. I don't know. Maybe I was supposed to put the Pyro in the hand and leave vents in between instead? Maybe that's better. So they exiled Strand. Okay, fine. I think I actually am gonna wait, hold on. By AOT Brainstorm and they daze. That's fine actually. Okay, that's pretty good. I think the bullet's really rolled. Oh, I should have. Oops, I fucked it up again. I should have put the days on top instead. It's better to square away the days and just leave the bolt in my hand. And now I'll play that out first. Play this to play it around. Obviously, they haven't used any blasts. So they could, yeah, that could very easily happen. That's fine. I think I just have to bolt this actually. It's kind of awkward, but you know, is what it is. Wish I had gotten to square away the days instead of anything else, but I mean, I'm gonna need to draw another cantrip to win. They've drawn Brainstorm iteration. I don't know the top card, so I should have bolted first because I already drew the bolt that I knew about, so that's bad. I think I just cast it because, like, if I dash it and just trade for that, that's not even good. I mean, obviously, if their top card's a removal spell, it's pretty okay. So it wasn't removal, so it's probably a creature. Okay, that's bad. Playing lands out because you have iteration in your deck is just correct, so. Alright. Need to draw a good card this turn. Alright. Okay, that qualifies. Should I trade? Or can I bamboozle them? I think I also have to trade, but I was thinking about not doing it. Because, like, what if they just draw Caracas? It's kind of a disaster. Caraboss. All that. Oh, my best draws are like red cards. I know they have Pyro in hand. Okay. I'm never blocking there. I think it's just like losing the block. Fuck. Fetching it thin's definitely wrong. Sucks. I think I could have played it better. The game 2 where I didn't waste them, I could have played better, but oh well, lost that one. There's always round 4. I've literally like 2-2'd so many of these, so it's well, I don't know. People are serious about that shit sometimes, you know? Kind of. Yeah, I definitely could have played it better, though. Anyways, thanks for everyone being here. We're about to play round 4. Obviously, lost that one. It was kind of a heartbreaker, but I could have played better, so that's how it is. If you want to support the stream, hit that bell button. That's free to do. If you really want to support this stream, check for your Twitch Prime sub and consider using it here. I'm going to get some water, be right back. Yep, rip, no pre-roam showdown, but that happens. Definitely could have played it better. But swell pierces have been pretty good, honestly. Like, they're pretty bad here, but they're like generally, I think they're a lot better than they used to be. They were blue-red as well, with like Delvers and shit. I'm playing Delverless Delver, as you can tell. I literally have no Delvers in my deck. Yeah, I'm on Pierce. I have 4 Pierce in my main deck, yep. We have 0 Nulls in my main deck. I also have 0 Steel Sabotages. And 0 Ceremonious Rejection. I mean, Stifle 0. Why would I play that card? It's really not good in my deck. Envelop? Why would you play Envelop over an Invasive Surgery? Come on. Get good. Mom's Basement Streams. What was Mom's Basement Streams playing? Elf Gamer? Okay. This hand is not good for selves, so... It's fine. I know it's elves. Kind of like bottoming the Pierce. I think the waste is probably too valuable, honestly. Fine. That's slightly punished, but that's fine. I don't think there's a reason to waste that right now. Fine. Close my that. Alright. Just have to hope they don't have like quite a smooth draw. They might not, honestly. You have to daze that, otherwise they just go get Allosaurus Shepherd. I'm just gonna waste the Arbor, I think. Because it cuts off 2 mana. I mean, like, obviously all these plays will look like they're really tempo negative, and they are, but kind of, it's just the price of doing business, I think, the matchup. Okay. Sure. I'm okay with this trade, actually. Any trade's good for me if it denies the mana. Okay. That means they have Reclaimer in their deck. That's what the Bojuka Bog indicates. I'm happy with trading, I think. It's really not going to get better. I think I can let them have this for one turn. They didn't really do anything scary last turn, so it's probably safe to let them have this turn. Plus I can just waste the Arbor anyways, so again, the Arbor's 2 mana, so you want to waste that and not the Cradle. Do I care? Seems like the answer is no. Seems like I'll just get to rebuild a 4 or like a 5/5 in a turn or two. Okay, speaking of which. So I don't actually want Delirium versus the Endurance. If I bin this, it'll be 3 types, but the Ponder's overlapping. So. Second Murktide is actually good to put in my hand for... Or, I guess I can do this, just in case if I don't want it for some reason. I would cast my spell second main. I could have. I knew it was safe from Delirium that turn, because you don't actually want to be Delirious versus the Endurance, obviously, but... I can just go with the Murk. Now I think it literally does not matter when I cast my spells, but I guess I'll go to second main as a good habit. So I just don't get into bad patterns, but... Don't want... These are all kind of like not very good, honestly, but... I think I'm just gonna do this, even though it's like kind of a waste, but I wish I had done it first main, because like, well, if I knew this was gonna happen, I wish I had done it first main, honestly. Not that. I don't think the cradle matters, like... Both of the arbors are in the graveyard, so this is safe. I guess if they have a third dried arbor, so be it, but that's fine. I'm not going to play their Heritage Druid out. Actually... I'm gonna do a little known trick, which is you just make the first one small, and then the second one, if you just make it big, and just like pump both. I guess it's not that one. I could have. Oh, whoops! I actually could have pumped it for 1. So I guess I was supposed to do that. My voice sounds very robotic and glitchy. Don't want. Yeah, this is supposed to be 1 bigger. That's good. Really good, actually. That I think like locks it up in case if they have some like. In case if they have some like weird sequence where, you know, they have like shepherd into like a lethal spell or something like that. The concern, but now like I have that locked out, so I was told the sealed prelims are still MH2 actually, so I hope that answers your question. fine with any trades. All trades are good. Okay. I think Murktide made this matchup a lot better. Give me 1 sheep for 4 wood. Is that some, like... Is that some euphemism? Yes, that is what getting old is like. If you're tired right now, that's getting old. Do they not have a light source for that Archon? In any case, doesn't really matter. Alright, Daze sucks. What did I cut last time? As a matchup, I think pre-board, like, Blue Red slightly ahead, and I think post-board it gets a lot better as well. What did I cut last time? Does anyone remember? It was like some combination of Pierce and Ragavan, right? I think maybe it's just 3 Pierce. I think Pierce is worse than Ragavan. I've actually had better success with Ragavan versus them just using it as a bad seal of fire Itai. Spellpierce is quite bad versus them. Like, it's really not good. The only good thing about Spellpierce is that it's a blue card for Force of Will. But... oh, this hand is not playable. And this hand is good. Yeah, you use Ragavan for trades. It's like a seal of fire. That's fine. Like, it's not the most insane, obviously, but fine. I like how this is one-sided. It's like kind of degen, honestly. Okay. Okay. Interesting. What does that mean? I think it means something. Did I leave him days? Okay. So they pitch 2 cards to draw different 2 cards. Interesting. That's like kind of neat, actually, but... the first time for everything, I suppose. I think I'm gonna keep my 3rd land and just put a Brainstorm back instead. And just kill both of their things. It's like kind of too juicy to ignore. Get it out. I don't want you to have that. The dynamic of this matchup really changed when, like, Murktide got printed, really. Okay. That's... It's really good. I think I'm just gonna shuffle. I don't think those do anything. Your turn. I know they have Dryadar, but they can obviously minus, but they're not doing that. Oh, I thought I was playing around natural order, but I guess I wasn't, actually. Well, that's a good draw, actually. Just gonna attack both at Grist. Just trying to get it off the board. If they double block here this time, that's fine. I think they're actually just gonna, yeah, this seems more likely. Okay. That's interesting. Why you? Fine. I think, like, this is very easily a game where I can just, like, this is not a good situation for them. It's fine. Kind of sad, but, you know, kind of the price of doing business sometimes. What does the ult do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, get it out. So fetch gives me Murktide. Like, this is obviously, like, this cuts off Visionary's a good out. I'm happy to trade damage. Trading damage, I think, is actively good for me. I would play around Endurance, except it's already in the graveyard. I don't know how many they actually have. Fine. Actually, maybe that's not fine. Okay, we found Endurance. I was just thinking if they actually found Allosaurus Shepherd, that could actually be kind of disastrous. I have a lot of cantrips left in my deck, but yeah. I thought about it, but the problem is you just get Endurance, and then like it's so hard to cast that. I don't think this actually will end up mattering. Like, yeah, they're attacking with it. Who the fuck cares? Well, no, because like I don't think I can just beat them with just a Hole Breacher. I think that's just so likely to lose, you know? Nice. I think this has to happen. I just have to hope to draw well. So now if I find a bolt, lethal. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's 6 to activate. That's kind of close now. I still have time to draw like a cantrip or something, you know? Okay, well, there you go. There you go. I think if you force a Reclaimer, you lose, like, to be fair. But because I had to end up forcing both of the Endurances, because Endurance is just better than Reclaimer by a lot. Them taking the damage that last second definitely cost them a little bit. So we ended up 3-1. I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, that's why I did it. I actually thought it through, but, you know, obviously it's, like, impossible to know what would actually happen. So I played against Jeskai, Elves, lost a mirror, beat Elves. Yeah, this list feels pretty solid. Like, I mean, the 4 Spell Pierce thing is just an adjustment to control decks, and it looked like it was pretty good. Finally broke the 2-2 Prelim Curse, which is, you know, kind of feels a lot better. And I had like a million 2-2s in a row. It's kind of insane how many I had. You know. I can see more Delverless, Delver. Yeah. Alright, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate the support. If you want to support the stream, you know how to do it. Hit that follow button, that's free to do. If you really want to support the stream, check for your Twitch Prime sub. And I'm going to be back on Saturday morning to review some matches with Trunks132. I think he did well in a PTQ and a challenge. So, you know, Let's see. I will raid someone now. Let's see who's streaming. Alright. I'll raid the Legacy Pit, so stick around for that. And I'll see you on Saturday, y'all.